and a mother and just going through a lot. But I think from their perspective, whoever advised her should probably be replaced.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They look close to home now. Authorities in New Zealand have tightened work visa regulations in reaction to what they deem as unsustainable migration levels. Low-skilled applicants are now required to meet English language proficiency standards and are permitted to stay for a maximum of 3 years, a reduction from the previous duration of 5 years. New Zealand policymakers warn that increasing arrivals are driving up rents, house prices, and inflation. What do you make of the move?
What's interesting is that we have been brainwashed, literally, by all governments that migration is good for the economy, right? That only works if we have housing and jobs and infrastructure for the migration, right? 'Cause if not, that's what happens. Housing prices go up. We've got slums where people have to have 20 people living in one house just to survive. And limiting it from 5 years to 3 is interesting because where's the stability in that? So if someone is moving country, they're going to another home, like they don't know maybe the language or they're learning it, which is understandable, and they're supposed to, establish roots. 3 years goes very quickly. 5 years gives them an opportunity to really work in the company and grow and get promoted and potentially stay on. So I'd say don't come at all or limit how many come at all, but don't limit how long they're here or in a particular country because you're pretty much saying come for 3 years and then see you, then they're uprooted again and have to leave, and that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Finally, let's talk about big business. Sadly, there have been plenty of layoffs. Last year, several companies spanning the tech, media, finance, and retail sectors implemented substantial workforce reductions. Key players such as IBM, Google, Microsoft, along with finance giants like Goldman Sachs, all announced layoffs. Are these avoidable? Why is it happening?
Well, I could see this happening. No one believed me when everyone was quiet quitting. I said, be careful because you're the one that's going to get made redundant or you're the first out with that attitude, right? And now people are going, oh no. I'm getting messages from international friends saying there's redundancies in my company and we're not hearing even about them. We only hear of some, not all of them. And this is where people really need to step up and look at what gaps are in my CV, what do I need to do, have that relationship with your manager, with your boss. When big companies lay off, it's seen as justifiable. It's okay, right? So then those people need to go look for jobs, and they go look for jobs in small business. But guess what? Small businesses are suffering too. They're shutting the door. And what are you left with? We're left people on welfare, right? People that want to work, they can't work. And that is a dangerous situation we can end up in. So I say to people, it might not be the job you want, but find an alternative, stay in that job cycle, because this will only get worse.
And don't quiet quit.
Don't quiet quit, my goodness. It's really, I tell you, that was sabotage. Whoever started that was trying to sabotage an entire generation. You don't have to work extra hours. You don't have to kill yourself. I'm pro having balance.
Yeah.
But quiet quitting is passive aggressive and it's saying that I don't care about your business, so why would that keep you?
And it really doesn't serve you as a human being. If you're going to work every day, you're going to work.
You would hate it.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, you hate your job.
Matthew McConaughey's advice from his father was when he's attempting acting, don't half-ass it. If you're going to do it properly. You're going to feel more fulfilled. You might get promoted. You might be able to keep your job when there are layoffs coming.
Exactly, and leave. If you don't like it, upskill. Stop watching, your reality TV 3 hours a night. Get an extra qualification, which I know plenty of people do, and then get another job.
Amanda Rose, it's been so lovely to speak with you. Thank you so much for making time for us here on Power Hour. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Joining us now from London is royal commentator Josh Rom. Josh, great to speak with you. It has been revealed that King Charles may be extending an olive branch to his youngest son, Prince Harry, and daughter-in-law Meghan Markle, and invite them to Balmoral Castle in Scotland. What more can you tell us about this?
Yes, so a source has told Page Six that His Majesty is considering, quote, extending an olive branch to Prince Harry, Meghan Markle and their 2 children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Now we know that the King has not seen Princess Lilibet since before the death of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. The last time he saw Princess Lilibet was at the Platinum Jubilee of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It's kind of been hinted at by sources that ever since his cancer diagnosis, that King Charles is, quote, desperate to see his grandchildren, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, and we know that that tensions between him and his son, Prince Harry, have sort of warmed somewhat. Things are not quite so tense between the King and Prince Harry. We know that after the King revealed his bombshell cancer diagnosis, Prince Harry was on the first flight out of Montecito rushing to see his father, even if it was just 15 minutes at the palace. Whether it was a PR stunt, we don't know Prince Harry's motivations behind that visit, but what we do know is that he does actually care about his father, and despite his father's very busy schedule, his father at least wants to see his son. And I had a source tell me months upon months ago, actually, that King Charles does miss Prince Harry. King Charles misses his son, and there were at least some talks maybe that were going on behind the scenes to see whether he can come back in some form, not necessarily to work. We know, I think several sources have been very clear that actually Prince William has definitely drawn the line in the sand. We know that Prince Harry and what him and Meghan have said in their documentaries, in the Oprah interview, and in Spare, they have done potentially immeasurable damage to the reputation of the Prince of Wales, especially. I mean, for Meghan Markle to make the claims to a gobsmacked and shocked Oprah with her